So at P3 Recruits, you guys help, families and juniors with the college coaching or the college recruiting aspect and, helping to get them noticed and to get them, hopefully placed in the school of their choice or close to. But that's not all you guys do. You guys are also doing some other things as well. What's the other side of the business that you're focusing on?
So we saw, Ryan, a big need in junior golf of what we would call performance coaching or golf development coaching. All these young people, they have swing instructors, and they should. Like, I think that's a huge part of the equation. I think you all, if you don't have one, and you're a serious golfer out there, I think you should have somebody that you really trust that can help you with your fundamentals and your technique on your golf swing. But the way the model is for junior golf, unless you're just in a really unusual situation, you get an hour lesson, and then the next person's waiting to come, for their lesson, and then you just kind of go figure it out. And so you're kind of getting this technique lesson on a flat lie, maybe even inside in a simulator, hitting into a net, and it's not the dynamic game that we play. So what we're doing, and we love doing this, and Mark Blakefield and Matt Wells and I, this is something we thoroughly enjoy, is helping people to young players to train, to tournament prep, to course manage, more like a professional, right? How do you prepare? How do you train? How do you think? More like a pro, or at least an elite, college player, and using modern day analytics, mindset, like everything 100 yards and in. We do everything 100. We love teaching all the scoring 100 yards and in shots, but all of that kind of stuff we love doing. And that's what I did for all the years of coaching. All these kids came in with swing coaches, and what I was trying to do was help them learn how to put it all together and play better golf. And I learned a lot, over my years of how to do that. And Mark, like I said, Mark, my partner, he's won 20 plus professional events, played Corn Ferry Tour for 6 or 7 years. Like, he's very, very accomplished player, but he also had a chance to work with a lot of great instructors and great minds in the game. And I just think he's developed into a fabulous coach, instructor, coach, everything. He knows how to play golf. He knows how to help people, play their best golf. And so we love doing that. And that's another package that we offer. And then hopefully in the near future, we're going to start having some like 2 and 3 day like performance camps, clinics throughout the country. And that's our vision, is to have something like that hopefully in the near future.
It's great. I mean, and what an invaluable resource because as junior golf is getting more and more competitive, a lot of people can swing and hit the ball well. And it's often those little things like the strategy, the mindset, the scoring focus that can be learned. And that oftentimes could be the difference. So yeah, I mean, vastly important and invaluable. What have you found that maybe just share one thing that around, let's just say, 100 yards and in, when it comes to either the mindset or the strategy, that so many junior golfers just don't do. And if they did this one thing, that instantly they could shave off, one or two strokes every round just through this one kind of knowledge or tip or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I would say two things. With wedge play, it's all about learning to hit it the right flight with the right spin. All right. So the right trajectory with the right spin. And honestly, very few junior players do that well, like at the level like an elite college player or professional does. They tend to hit these higher wedges. They're kind of moon balls, kind of snow cone shots, we call them. And they're not these low flighted spinning wedges that's what you're going to hit 90% of the time. Every now and then you have to play a different type of shot because of the conditions, but for the most part, that proper wedge play, like, it can take your game up a huge notch. All right. And the second thing I would say is, just from a course management standpoint, is, we all have a dispersion with our whatever iron or club you're hitting. You have a dispersion. And if I had you hit 100 shots, let's say, with that club on TrackMan, I could actually chart your dispersion. You'd even be able to see how far off the center line, left and right, and long and short, that your dispersion is. So it's kind of an elliptical dispersion is what it is. And course management, you're taking the middle of that dispersion, so kind of your center line, and you're learning how to put that on the proper target to give yourself the biggest margin for error when you play golf, so that you can then make aggressive swings at smart targets and just do that over and over again. And you'd be surprised at how many young players and even college players, they don't really understand how the game is played in terms of the targets with approach play, right? Like, you'd be shocked at how conservative even a lot of tour players are with their approach play strategy, because they understand they have a dispersion there, right? They're not shooting a laser. They're shooting, it has a dispersion, and you have to move that target to the right spot so that hopefully your misses are still good. Your good shots are obviously still good. And then you're going to have plenty of green light opportunities throughout the round because, say, it's an easy flag and you can take dead aim at it. Or you have a par five that you're on or around the green in two. Or you have a 70-yard wedge shot and you can kind of take dead aim at that, even maybe if the flag's a little tight, you know. So learning how to manage your game like that from a course management standpoint can knock shots off your score, your tournament score. I'd say probably faster than anything.
That makes sense.